My name's Caroline Di Costa and I'm an architect.
And my name's Adrian Iredale. I'm a director of Iredale Pedersen Hook Architects. We're both the owners of this wonderful house called Casa Mia. It's really working with a high density form of living in a suburban environment and demonstrating how one can have that higher density without sacrificing access to light, access to ventilation and privacy. City Beach is close to the beach and was predominantly developed in the early 1960s for the Empire Games. So there's a lot of early modernist homes within the area. And we were very keen to demonstrate an alternative to the hard-lined wall scenario of modernism. And so people start to question and go, well, what's on the inside?
For us, it was important for the house to be alive with us and our family. You spend so much time in your home, and why wouldn't you want it to be playful, and why wouldn't you want to have a bit of fun with it?
The house is highly flexible, and there's a series of moving devices within the house, which are simple, low-tech, off-the-shelf sliding systems, but they enable us to radically change space. It gives us a sense of freedom of movement, a reduction in inhibitions. You walk around the house actually feeling alive.
The house needed to provide a presence and a facade outward, but then it also had to provide privacy. So we originally came up quite early on with the concept of the architectural mask.
The brickwork's really important to us because that stitches together the entire spatial composition of the house. Every room has a fragment of that. Through the idea of trying to minimize waste and through not cutting them, we end up with quite a unique response and approach to the material. As much as we love the bricks that come from other parts of Australia, every brick in this house making up these walls and this floor surface are local. We use the colours that come from the earth here.
And I guess that also links back to sustainability.
It does, and it's supporting local industry, pushing extremities in many ways. And I think that's one of the things we also love about Brickworks. Right from the very beginning, there was an interaction that continued throughout the duration of construction as well.
Brickworks were just very open-minded. Bricks traditionally can be used in a very standard way, and that was not what we were going to do from the beginning, and they were always assisting us in making that become a reality.
Perth is an incredibly bright place. One of our fundamental ways of increasing a sense of light was to work with fully glazed bricks around particular openings. And that's something we've learned through a lot of historic and ancient Japanese architecture, where moving deeper into the house, we start to use darker materials to reflect light. And then as the sun does come out, it's filtered and it's manipulated, and it's been very specifically permitted into the interior spaces in certain places.
The artificial light in the project allows certain elements and materiality to be highlighted. What was really important to us was using the material as it is. There's not really a lot of finishes to the house. Probably the biggest and most obvious one is the recycled jarrah that lines our kitchen. That is something that's quite traditional to Western Australia.
You'll also see where we have timber within the house, other than our recycled timber, it's fully certified, working with off-the-shelf sizes to minimise waste. And where we needed a door that's bigger than what was available off the shelf, we simply joined a few doors together. There is a message in this. There's a certain educational opportunity that items that might talk about sustainable design should have a legibility about them as well, that we can walk around a house and actually sense it and feel it.
Sustainability, yes, is a responsibility, but I think sustainability also gives you back so much.
This house really does, for us personally, reveal how design can radically change the way in which we interact. And it can change, in a way, our thoughts about what architecture can possibly do in terms of improving behaviour and health.
I'm most proud of the livability of the house and the way that we have been able to introduce lots of different textures and materiality, and the way that it all comes together to create, at the end of the day, a home which feels really good.
I've had a few favourite places and then they've changed to be somewhere else. We recently spent 14 days in the house due to isolation requirements, and the roof terrace became a really special place at the end of the day to go up and watch the sunset. So it's really about creating those opportunities for how we might engage with each other and engage with our natural environment.